Remember, in 4-stroke engines, the intake manifold normally is on top of the engine and is connected with the intake ports of the head. Remember, the head valves have intake ports and exhaust ports. The intake ports are connected with the intake manifold, and the exhaust ports are connected with the exhaust manifold. This is in 4-stroke engines, because we have head valves, we have valves, and we have rocker arms, and we have camshaft. In 2-stroke engines, we don't have valves. We don't have camshaft. Yes, it's simple. It's simple. Okay, we are going to continue with the crankcase, the disassembly of the crankcase. This is the crankcase. This is the bracket. We are going to try to remove that bracket. Correct. Exactly. And after that bracket, we have access to the connecting rods. Exactly. This is in aluminum bracket. Look, those are in aluminum, and this is the crankshaft. This is the crankshaft. You remember in a previous engine, we have main journals and rod journals. The main journals are located in the big journals of the crankshaft. In this particular case, the main journals are in aluminum with this element, and aluminum on the block. Oh, those are main journals, main journals, main journals, and main journals. Oh, and I don't have a specific bearings on the main journals. In other words, the main journals are spinning in the aluminum of the crankcase. The crankcase is half and half, and the main journals are moving in between the crankcase. What happened in those connecting rods in the bottom? One of these, the bottom one, is completely stuck because the bearings on the last piston, the bearings in the last connecting rod was destroyed. Lack of lubrication for some reason, and those pieces, those rollers in the bearings, enter in the combustion chamber because the cylinder is hollow. Two holes in the bottom. One hole for intake, other for exhaust. The pieces of metal of the bearings enter through those holes and enter in the combustion chamber and destroyed the head of the piston and destroyed the head, the cylinder head. Right now we are going to analyze what happened. That was the problem. Look, salt water entered in this cylinder and destroyed that connecting rod, destroyed the bearing, and the pieces of metal of the bearing migrate into the intake port and enter into the combustion chamber. For that reason, we see a lot of corrosion in this area, in the connecting rod of the piston number 1. Yeah, those are the connecting rods, and those are the bearings, the roller bearings. Look at the cap of the connecting rod. Exactly the same like in 4-stroke engines. Yes, exactly. Look, those are the bearings. Those are the bearings. Roller bearings or needle bearings. Those are the rollers. It's half and half. Exactly the same like the plain bearings in 4-stroke engines. It's the same, and right now we are going to remove the other one. We are going to remove the other one to analyze those bearings and remove the piston, because we are going to check the piston. My friends, the head is a piece of metal. It's a solid piece of metal with the holes in each cylinder, the hole for the injector and the hole for the spark plug. Injector and spark plug. Injector and spark plug. Injector and spark plug. That's it. We don't have valves. It's not complicated. It's a solid piece of aluminum. In this particular case, it's a special alloy, and that's it. No camshaft, no timing chain, no nothing. It's too simple. Alright, now the head is ready. Correct, and we are going to remove, exactly, we remove the head. And now the piston is going out, and we have the piston. Okay, my friends, That's the piston, and now we are going to talk about exactly. Those are the piston rings, and correct, those are the piston rings. The piston rings have a special dot and a special mark where the end gap of the piston rings close. Because in two-stroke engines, on the piston, you have only two piston rings, only two compression rings. Look at the exactly. It's a needle bearing in the bottom. It's a needle bearing for the small hole on the connecting rod. Okay. This is the piston with the bearings. And this is the crankshaft. In the bottom, the crankshaft, because the crankshaft is located vertical, the crankshaft is vertical. Remember that the position of the engine is vertical. Yeah, the crankshaft is vertical, and the crankshaft in the bottom have a bearing double action. This bearing in the bottom of the crankshaft, this bearing in the bottom is double action. Is for radial loads and axial loads. This is a double action. Radial loads and axial loads. Look at those rings. In each main journal we have a ring, like a piston ring. Those rings are on the crankshaft. Remember that the crankshaft is in between two halves of the crankcase. You separate the crankcase, and the crankshaft is located over there. And when the halves of the crankcase close together, there are rings over there. One ring over there, other ring over there, other ring over there, other ring over there. In each main journal, you have like a piston ring, but this is a crankshaft rings, like those rings that you have on the screen right now. Those keeps a seal in between both crankcase. Okay, right now we are ready to remove the crankshaft. Exactly, this is the crankshaft, my friends. The crankshaft is out. This is the cylinder with the problem. Look at the pieces of the bearing, and the metal on the crank pin is completely corroded because salt water penetrated the piston number 1. And the salt water was located over there, destroyed the bearing, and those pieces of metal migrate into the combustion chamber and destroyed the combustion chamber also. We are going to analyze right now what happened in the combustion chamber. Okay, my friends, exactly, those pieces of metal destroyed. But the rest of the bearings are in good condition. Look, bearings. In each crank pin you have a bearings. Perfect. Exactly, those pieces of metal was destroyed in that piston and entered in the combustion chamber. This is the bearing in the bottom. This is the bearing with the dual function. Axial, because the crankshaft is located vertical, and radial, because each time that the piston is moving up and down, produce radial loads. Yes, and this is the bearing. And the bearing in the bottom have a special seal. Yeah, that seal externally, that the seal that avoid that the oil from the crankcase enter in the middle section of the outboard and goes out through the propeller in the exhaust pipe. Yes, that seal in the bottom is a critical seal.